Hold on. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a very long time.
Yeah, I know. It feels
Like
like that too.
your voice. Like I know we send messages back and forth online, but I think
Yeah,
I haven't spoken with you for quite a while.
I know. I know.
Things good?
Just stressed. Just workload.
Let
Workload.
it go.
It's easier said than done, but anyway, I'm just fuck. And Christmas, like all sorts of shit
Mind over
happens.
matter.
Yeah, I know. Well, you'd think so, but
I think I'm getting better at that in my old
yeah,
age, eh?
good.
I've been reading I wish I could remember the name of the book. I lent it to somebody, but I read a book about stoicism, and it doesn't. I think a lot of people will take it as you don't feel anything, like you don't feel happy or sad.
Mhm.
But it's not that at all.
No.
It's you enjoy life, but you just water off a duck's back.
Yeah, I'll have to sort of look into that.
I'll send you the name of the book. I actually really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to read. What's
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
There's a guy, one of the Greek philosophers. There's a man, Epictetus, I think his name was.
Mhm.
Epictetus.
Okay.
He's like the originator of the Stoics or something like that. And I tried to read some of his stuff, and it's a little bit too intense for me.
Yeah.
There's like the two that I remember. Once it talks about like the death of a child, right?
Oh man.
Or a partner or something, and it says like, if your friend's kid dies or somebody in the town, their child dies, you're like, oh wow, that sucks. That's the way it goes sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So that if your own child dies, then you can't feel any different because that's the way it goes sometimes. I was like,
Right.
Jesus, like that's a little too,
Right.
where
I don't know how that would work.
yeah, it doesn't really fly, right? And so the new book that I read is somewhat a little bit more modern, and it kind of jives with today's climate,
Today's climate of if your kid died.
That's right. The other one I actually agree with a lot. I always remember this one. It says about how it uses a horse for an example, but it talks about how you can't be proud of your horse's beauty or your horse because your horse has the meritorious qualities, not you, right? So you can't take credit for or be proud of something that you own because it's not you that's good, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
In any case,
my issue these days is just some days I have so many hanging threads from patients that they sort of burden me, and that sometimes becomes a problem. So anyway, it's been a lot of that lately where I just have a lot of hanging threads. I'm like, I don't feel like the problem was solved, and it's sort of just there, and I know it's going to become a problem I'm going to have to try and figure out at some point, or not, maybe not solve, but find a next step. And I mean, it's also just getting, I'm still technically early in my career, so I'm sure that, that stuff will improve the more I practice, but some weeks, man, it's just a lot of that stuff. And like the other night I came home, I was like so tired. Just went to bed at 10 and didn't do anything after, like didn't do any video games, didn't even watch anything. I was just like, I gotta just go to sleep. That's it. And then I worked today too for 3 hours. So.
Do you know what I try to think about when I get in that? Because I also feel the same sometimes. I think that public service jobs, does that count? Public service, both our jobs. Yeah. I think that they weigh on you, right? Because it's not just going and doing your job; it's you bring a lot of emotional stuff home with you sometimes. I think that's exhausting.
Yeah.
But I like to think about, if I feel like, oh man, this job sucks, or I'm tired, or things are brutal, I think about, other people are also going through the same thing, right? And that kind of helps a little bit. The book that I was talking about is called A Guide to the Good Life, The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy by William Braxton Irvine. Check it out. I really enjoyed it quite a bit.
All right.
Yep.
Guide to
the Good Life. The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy. This is a video game podcast.
Have we been recording this whole time?
Yeah, man.
All right, fine.
I'm going to. I mean, I can cut it if you want.
No,
There's
I didn't say anything particular.
no. I bought 2 games on Steam this week. Do you ever? Hey, you know those trading cards? Do you ever do anything with those?
Speaking of exactly that,
Yeah, man.
I just did something with them because I had a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to sit and click all of these. So I downloaded some like Chrome app that just auto sold everything. It's still going. Like it went for like 15, 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And now I'm raking in the
raking in the pennies.
I got $5 on there. I just spent $3 on a game.
I got $350 in total.
I supposedly had $15 worth of this
Yeah.
cards, yeah, but it's still going. So
Good luck. I went through. It's funny. I did the same thing this week where I didn't get a Chrome extension, but there was. Did they add it, or is it part of some other extension I have that like the quick sell one? There's a button for quick sell, and you click on it, and then it automatically puts it a penny lower than the average, and then just goes from there.
I didn't have to click anything. It just automatically started listing everything.
I could have used that this week.
Yeah, it listed like 115 things.
Cool.
So I had got about $7 so far, and I just spent a couple bucks on a roguelike.
All right.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah,
what roguelike is that?
Hyper Rogue. It's some crazy ass mathematician made it. It's like non-Euclidean, and I don't even know. Apparently, it's insane.
Oh, you haven't played it yet?
So I might bounce off of it, or I might be super into it. I have a feeling I might bounce off. It looks a little too intense. But I played some other stuff. But what did you get?
I searched for games. I like the search that I put into Google was games like Hexels.
Oh yeah, you do that, right?
I love Hexels so much.
No, but you Google search like types of games, which is interesting. I would never think to do that.
Yeah, so I did that, and I came up with 2 games that I had not heard of before.
Oh.
There's not really a lot out there that it's surprising that there's not more logic games.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, I mean, it depends on what of that type, yeah.
Yeah. So the 2 that I bought one called Tametsi.
How do you spell it?
Tametsi. Tametsi.
Yeah. This
is a game that is pretty much Minesweeper, but instead of being a square grid, it's sometimes a hex grid, sometimes a square grid.
Oh.
There's different sizes. There's it kind of plays with the formula a little bit, you know.
I'm looking at it.
It's cool. It seems, and these games are both like I bought both of them for less than $3, I think.
Right.
So Tametsi, I think, is pretty good. I'm into it.
Cool.
I haven't played it a ton, but I tried it out and I liked it quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I got is called, I don't even know how to say this, Dot Project. It's like dot, like a period.
Oh.
And then Projekt Project.
Oh.
Project.
Kind of like a grayscale motif.
Yeah. So the idea is that
cool.
Yeah, there's a bottom panel and a left panel and a right panel, and the left and right panels have a shadow, and you have to build a 3D structure on the mid panel to match the shadows on the left and right side.
Ooh.
So I think about it reminds me a little bit of, you know, those games where you have to fit like a block through a wall. What's the VR one on PlayStation? Do you know what Hypercube?
Oh yeah.
Super Hypercube, is that what it's called?
Probably, yeah.
So you have to like rotate the thing to match the hole in the wall. You know, like those games where the Japanese game show where you like put your arms and your legs and then the wall goes past you and you don't get pushed in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, but with blocks. I'm sure there's other games like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say though. And it reminds me a little bit of that because it's got that visual spatial thing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm happy with both. I mean, for $3, shit, I'll take them. Right? Like I said, I haven't played them a ton because I bought them during the week. You know, same thing, busy with work. But now that it's the holidays, I have some time to kind of chill a little bit.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
You play anything else?
So I did pick up one thing. I picked up Monster Boy.
Oh, the new one?
I ordered it and I got a physical copy of it. So if I do want to sell it, I'll
Cool.
come back for it. But yeah, what do I say about this? I mean,
For what? For what system?
Switch.
You did, eh?
Yeah.
Because I think it came out for everything, didn't it?
Yeah, most things. Gorgeous looking game. Really cool. Really good animations. The music's quite good because it's by one of the musicians that did some of the music for Symphony of the Night and someone else as well. I can't remember. But it's actually pretty hard too. Surprisingly, it starts off pretty easy, and I was like, oh, this is not too difficult. And some of the bosses are actually still pretty easy, but some of the actual platforming stuff they do, like it really is designed to work around like swapping between forms. I mean, so far it's not like super wowed me, but it's certainly kind of relaxing to play. It's lighthearted. It's kind of what I expected. There's some cool puzzles in here and there in the game, so they are thinking about like it's not just the initial mechanics that you get, like when you get a new item that lets you do a dash to the side that breaks walls, and you sort of think, oh well, this is just going to be pretty straightforward stuff, and they're not going to do too much with it. But they're actually doing. They really thought about the mechanics quite a bit. And so there's some puzzles that did surprise me, and that I would say that's on its own a success when a game like this can do that for me, right? When you play Metroidvania and you're not like already going, oh yeah, like remember you played a bit of Guacamelee, right?
I played the first one. Yeah, I finished the first
I
one.
found that the actual puzzly aspects of that game were pretty straightforward. Like there wasn't any kind of parts where you got stuck and then had to go. It was just like, oh, this is this move is a key that lets me do this, and there wasn't any kind of fancy. It put more emphasis on platforming and the action rather than like, oh, what do I do now? I'm kind of stuck. I don't know where to go. I like Metroidvanias that have like a bit more of the like stuff from Super Metroid where I'm not sure where I need to go, but I have this ability and I'm not sure where I have this key, but I don't know where the lock is. That kind of stuff, right? Yeah. There's a bit more of a mix in this one, so it's cool. I'll definitely go through and finish it. I don't know how far I am. Apparently, it's taken people like 20 hours on average, which is pretty meaty. So yeah, it's cool.
I almost prefer a 20-hour game nowadays than like a 60 or 70-hour game.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads into
I know I saw
what I've been playing this week.
and trust me, the itch was like, I was thinking about it because it was on sale.
Yeah. Well, no, just wait, and then you can take mine.
Well, the other thing was that makes it more difficult. Well, we'll get into it. It was the soundtrack.
P.S. We're talking about Dragon Quest.
Yeah, the soundtrack, right? Yeah.
Okay, now the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So did I say? I think I said last episode that a friend of the show, Don bought it for me, for Christmas. What a super nice guy. Yeah. Oh, so I got it in the mail the other day. I appreciate that.
Aw. Thanks, Don.
So thank you, Don. Yeah, you can say thank you too because you can take it after me.
I was down and buy it.
I was really, really, really struggling with the music when I first started it. Mm-hmm. Struggling, because, well, shit, I guess we could talk about this too. Have we ever talked about this on the show?
I think we did a little bit, yeah. About the guy, right? The guy. Yeah, we did. We talked all about it. We were like,
the composer Koichi Sugiyama is war crime apologist.
Yes.
Like Japan does no wrong. Fuck white people. I don't. you know what I mean. He's one
more
of these
than
guys.
that. Even he's like gone on talk shows. He's
like anti-gay.
Yeah.
He's brutal. But one of the things is that this game has like really cool orchestrated music in Japan. Mm-hmm. And then when they brought it here, he said, no, not for whitey. And then it's all like meaty bullshit. And it sounds fucking terrible.
Not even not for whitey, not for anyone not Japanese.
Yeah. So, right. I mean, I really, really struggled with it. When I started it, I played the first like 10 or 20 minutes and then I turned it off and I left it for a couple days because I'm like, I got no interest in this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played it again for like same thing, 10, 20 minutes. I was like, this is, I don't know if I can do this, you know. And then I got into it. I forced myself, and I'm okay with it now. I'm kind of. It sounds just like all the other Dragon Quest games do, right?
Right, that's true.
And so it's somewhat difficult. And this is a conversation we could have about a few different people, but I think it's people go straight to boycotting something completely just because of one person.
Yeah. Right.
And there's a lot of people that put this together, you know. So I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
On one hand, you could argue that by playing the version that has the MIDI sounds, you're sort of boycotting his part.
At the same time,
I want to hear that orchestrated version on Steam, but then that's actually
because you can hear beats. There's a few times when I've been playing the game and like it's shitty MIDI music, and I just, oh man, this would sound so good orchestrated right now.
Yeah. So
completely
the right way to enjoy it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I'm not ready to say game of the year. I'm not ready even to say that I love it. But I do keep coming back to it, and the itch is there where, you know, I'm out doing whatever and I come home, I'm like, play some Dragon Quest. You know, you kind of it's not making me come home faster, but once I'm home I want to play it. Is that fair?
This is what I was really itching for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, it would be nice to slip into some nice warm Dragon Quest.
It's very light, it's very familiar. Yeah. If you've played any other Dragon Quest, it's exactly what you think, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not doing anything that I haven't really seen before. The story is so predictable. It's funny. There was a beat that just happened before we started recording where I said, I bet you this. And then it happened. And Fanny was in the room. She started laughing. Yeah. And then there was somebody gave him a letter saying what happened. And I said, I bet you this guy took it. And then it was totally that guy. Like it's so predictable. Everything that you think is going to happen happens.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's comfort food, right? Cold winter nights. It's nice to kind of bunker down with a blanket and just let it wash over you, you know? Characters are cool. It's funny because, you know, I have big problems with the fan service thing. The waifu thing is ridiculous to me. But for whatever reason, I actually don't mind it in this game. And I think because it's innocent enough. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
There's all kinds of, you know, Puff Puff?
We've talked about it on the show. I still don't quite understand what it is, but
okay. So there's a lot of Puff Puff in this game, but it's not like in your face or gross. Like you'll talk to somebody and they're like, "Hey, you want Puff Puff?" And then you say yes or no. And if you say yes, the screen goes black for a second and then it comes back and the girl's like, "I hope you enjoyed it."
Right. Which is just like, could be. Right? Who cares? And it's probably something you imagine that in Dragon Quest world, it's something like
something innocent, right?
It could be something actually ridiculous and innocent, and that's just the tongue-in-cheek way of it's not actually anything.
Well, that's what I like to say, but it's Puff. That's not what Puff Puff is. It's not super innocent.
Yes, it is. Let's just trick ourselves.
Sure. And that's what I mean. Like it's never super gross, right?
Right.
You know, there was I just had a fight against two girls called the Dancing Beady or something like that, like Beauty. I don't know. And so they're supposed to be like these sexy girls who are fighting you, but they're dressed sexily, but like modest sexy.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like it's not gross, right? Like it's normal.
Right. Whereas you sort of look at Japan and go,
like everything's disgusting. Like. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't mind it that much for that reason. Actually, another thing that's interesting about it is that every kingdom you go to, every city, every area is based on a country, but it's, you know, like in the 80s where it's like super stereotyped. You know, you think about G.I. Joes or like wrestling, and it's, you know, here's the Arabian guy, and here's the Japanese guy, and here's the German, and here's the Russian, right? All of the areas are based on countries, but it's like super stereotypical. So there's like the Italian place is hilarious, and there's you know.
Oh wait, hold on. I thought you were going in the direction. So you're saying it's just as stereotypical as the stuff in the 80s?
More so. It's hilarious. Like everybody uses like the language that is one is like Spain or something, and the other one is Italy, and there's I don't know. I don't I don't even want to guess what country. Desert. You know
But
what I mean?
you
Like
would,
the Sultan has like a turban and like it's
so you
like
wonder what the other language versions of Dragon Quest are like, because apparently some of the other language versions are quite good. People have
yeah.
said.
It's I mean it's not bad. The translation's quite good.
So you wonder what they do for those parts of the game.
Oh, I assume it's the same thing, just whatever you would do in that country, right? What
Then
they do
what?
in the 80s.
Then do
Oh,
they?
you mean like in Italy?
Yeah. So
That'd be okay.
do they stereotype us? And I wonder what is a stereotype
No.
like?
I mean the stereotype in here is just I mean the place is like Venice, right? Like there's gondolas and everybody speaks with an Italian accent.
Oh,
And
so
like
there
just
wouldn't be a Western.
no. And so they drop in like there's Italian words like peppered in with the rest of the dialogue and everybody's dressed like Italians, I guess. I don't know what Italians dress like.
Oh man.
But so it's good. I mean the fights are super boring, but they're always boring in Dragon Quest.
Oh,
You know,
I never felt like they were that boring. Well, some to some degree, I guess.
they kind of are. It's auto battle for most of it.
Yeah.
But hey, you know,
Alright.
you know how it is.
I actually saw someone who was playing and they self-restricted. No, they added like restrictions. I don't know if there's if they am I thinking about this wrong? Did they add like special like a mode that would restrict like things you could do in the game to make it harder? Or am I totally wrong?
Yes, is it Dragon Quest? I think it is Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
There's a game I played recently that at the beginning of the game it was like, "Do you want to put any of these on?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
But
I
you,
think
yeah,
this
it
one,
was.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
there
think
was
you
stuff
can.
like that because like only only crafting items and like no buying,
That's
no
right.
buying items, stuff like that, and that would be kind of fun to try to playing.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it on my first playthrough, but if I was in love with the game, then sure, right?
go back. Interesting.
Mhm.
Cool.
So I mean, I've played probably 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
Which, like I say, it means something, right? If
Looks
I'm
nice and
still
meaty,
sticking
yeah.
with it.
Yeah, definitely. Because I bounced off Dragon Quest VIII like remake for 3DS after not too long.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah.
I know
Wow.
that Jackie Senpai,
Hmm.
she got platinum on it.
Wow.
I think she had something like 120 hours into it, which I don't know.
Wow.
That means something too, right?
Yeah.
I'm
If
always
Jackie
interested.
Senpai's interested, then
Yeah, get out there
Sounds
and
true.
pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3.
you didn't
That's
have to
a-
remind me
That's
about
gonna
that.
be a hard pass.
I have a duality in my mind. I can't merge the two
Yeah.
for Jackie Senpai. So that's Nega Jackie Senpai or something. That's interesting in that game.
I've been really, really pushing to play like as many 2018 games as I can in December. I've been pushing it really hard, like playing way more than I normally would have.
Yeah.
But I want to, I feel like I want to be prepared for episode Hundo coming
Yeah,
up
man.
next week.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say just prepared for all the stuff that's going to come next year. I mean,
yeah, get it out of the way.
I still don't know if you're going to get Resident Evil 2.
I am not.
Wow. Okay.
It's not
All right.
just not there. I mean, I'll play it eventually. I
I'm
know I'll
so
play it.
excited. I'm so excited for that. So the big ones on the horizon, not to jump to next year, are that I'm even kind of interested in Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not usually a DMC person, and then Spelunky 2. Those are my big ones for next year.
I think Ken and I talked about it a little bit last year or last episode about kind of what we were looking forward to
On the
little bit.
horizon. Yeah.
a little bit.
I have to go back and listen to that episode. I didn't actually listen to it this week.
I went into EBE this week and I put a new pre-order down on a game that comes out in January. I think it's January. But I pre-ordered No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back or Again.
Mhm. Strikes
Travis
Again.
Strikes Again, yeah. Apparently it's getting some critical buzz.
Oh yeah.
Because originally it looked like, bullshit minigame compilation.
Right.
But apparently there's more to it than that. And there's a lot of people saying a lot of good things.
Yeah.
So,
The what else came out too?
and
Just recently.
I love Travis Touchdown so much. Like I love the universe. I love his
Right.
character. I'm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had anything from
Sure. Sure.
that sort of studio, right? Like that.
Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Well, in anything proper, right? Like a Suda
Yeah.
51 game instead of, a Grasshopper game produced by Suda.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Hmm. I mean, I didn't play any of them. I remember you talking about it a
Oh,
lot.
dude, so
I
good.
remember watching you play one of them, the
It
Wii one.
it hits the nail on the head. Like if you want a game that is, I think about games. That would be kind of an interesting topic to explore at another date. What games are iconic as your games? Like what is completely
Yep.
completely on the nail on the head? What am I looking for?
I thought we did
On the
that
money?
already at one point. It's not quite your
Oh,
fault.
that was that four thing on
Yes, that was what we
on
did.
Twitter.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
you didn't pick that game, did you?
I didn't, but it's up there. I might
I
have to
can't remember
change
what
it.
you picked.
Tokyo Jungle, Bayonetta,
Mhm.
something else. That might have been one of the ones that we didn't prepare for. We
Yeah.
said we were going to do and then didn't.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it changes too, right? Like it's good. It's good that you find stuff that, or you remember stuff that was, you kind of forgot about, right?
Yeah.
That did it for you back then. What else? I played a bit more Destiny 2.
Still fun.
It's fun. It's just that I think it's not been fun for everybody. So getting a group of 6 seems to be a little harder.
Oh.
And so when we don't have a group of 6, we can't do raid.
Who's not playing?
I don't know. It's everybody sort of not on at the same time right now. More than anything. And so
your raid night is Friday, isn't it?
it's not always anymore. Because people are away and it's busier around now. So it's just been like the perfect storm of like different things going on where people are away on a weekend. So 6 people is a lot of people to get together. Actually, it's tough.
Imagine doing 20 or 40 with WoW.
Yeah, it's screwed up, man. Now I appreciate how difficult that must be.
Yeah. I mean, it's also different when when I was playing WoW, that was before I got married.
Yes.
Like it's significantly different, right? When you have a kid and full-time job and whatever else, right?
Oh yeah. I played a bit more Caves of Cud and still digging into that. I keep getting further in. It's great. Like certainly going back to those types of games, it's a lot less stress, and I think that's why I'm going back to them. I can just kind of put it on, take my time, think, have something else on in the background. I don't have to be constantly doing something. Where Destiny, it's like you get on and you're on, right? And it's like, some nights I just don't want to do that, right?
Yeah. So. Actually, you know what? I've been playing a game this week too. That's when I want to just kind of turn off for a little bit. Actually, 2 games. I've been dancing around a couple of games this week. I played Dragon Quest when I'm focused on a game, and there's 2 games that have been just floating around. Switch is really good for just I play this for like 30 seconds. I'm gonna do this while I take a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess.
Smash Brothers.
Right.
I finished adventure mode, and I've been doing a bunch of challenges and stuff. But the Spirit Board, there's a thing called Spirit Board. I think Ken and I talked about it a little bit last week, where it's just so very quickly, in past games you have like the slot machine or whatever to collect the trophies or whatever they're called, right? In this one, there's spirits, and you can equip spirits to modify your character. And so there's 1,200 something spirits in the game.
Wow, I didn't think there were that many.
Yeah, there's a ton. But there's a thing called the Spirit Board, and what it is kind of like it just shows. I think there's 10 at a time. I think there's 10, maybe 12, 10 at a time, where they show up on the board and they each have a timer on them between like 2 minutes and like 10 minutes for hard ones or something. And then you can choose to fight it. And each fight has certain conditions. And if you win it, then you get to keep that spirit. And it's just a constantly cycling through different spirits.
Yeah.
So all I've been doing is I'll take a look at the Spirit Board, and if there's something that I don't have, then I'll fight it, get it, and then put the Switch back in sleep mode.
It's more of an interactive like slot machine thing where you kind
Yeah,
of get stuff you
yeah,
want. Add a little bit of a work
yeah.
part to it where you're doing something to get it. That's cool.
Actually,
That's
I felt a little ashamed of myself. Yesterday, I was playing Dragon Quest. I was like, I got a shit so bad, and so like I went to run upstairs, but I grabbed the Switch on the way up, and so I was like sitting on the toilet, like doing Spirit Board. And then when I finished off, I had like 2 guys or something, and then I ran back downstairs, docked the Switch, and kept playing Dragon Ball. Or not Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest. I sat back down. I was like, "That's not great."
what is wrong with us?
Yeah, yeah. But that's been fun. It's been fun to have something to just fill little holes with, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that I've been playing that's taking more and more time the further I get into it is Dead Cells.
Oh, really?
The game is
can't
fun
believe you're
as
still stuck
shit.
to it.
It's really good.
Wow.
It's really, really fun. And it's
I-
very
I'm
difficult.
really surprised. Yep.
It's super hard. I beat the first
Boss.
on the bridge.
Mhm.
That was definitely a wall for me. I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but it was a wall for quite a
I
while.
think so.
Tip for the future, if anybody's playing that game, like make use of like your sentry turrets and whatever that shit is,
Yep.
What is it called? Wolf trap?
There's a bunch of different ones, but yeah.
The one that you throw down and it like locks him like a bear trap in the game.
Yeah, the bear trap ones. Yeah.
But like he can't even turn around.
Right.
And so I throw the thing down and then roll to the other side of him and just hack away at his back for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. I've been kind of digging through that. And the thing that sucks though is that I feel like at the beginning it was great because it was like, 10-minute runs, 20-minute runs, and now 30-minute runs, and now 40-minute runs. Like they're getting longer and longer.
They are, yeah. Yeah, that game can have pretty long runs.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
wish there was, and maybe there is later, but I wish there was a little bit, like a warp to further ahead because I don't want to do the beginning stuff anymore.
I think there's stuff like that.
Yeah.
That there's different things that will help that later.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I like it. It's cool.
Great. Cool. Do you find that like my problem with that game was I felt like there wasn't really any builds that I was doing. There wasn't like I didn't have any ideas for like, oh, I'll buy this item from like I'm looking for this type of item right now.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I've been finding a couple.
All right.
One that I really like. There's one that has like an ice burst,
Mhm.
like a melee ice thing, and you hit it, and then the guy's frozen. And then
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's like
and
a
then-
crossbow thing.
yeah, but it doesn't have any range on it. It's just
No,
like
it's
an
like
extension
shotgun.
hand, right?
Yep.
And then so I get that, and then on my other hand, get that it's shoes. You kick the guy.
Oh, the one where you knock them into the wall and they take more
Yeah,
damage.
so I've been freezing guys and then kicking them into the wall. Like kills everybody in one hit.
Yeah.
So good.
Cool.
The problem was I got to the boss with that and like I couldn't do anything.
Doesn't work too well on the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
All right.
I dig it.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. It's very fast paced.
Yeah.
Like it's very twitchy, and
Yeah.
so the better
There's
you are
lot
at the
of-
twitchiness.
A
Like
lot of rolling through guys and getting to the other side of them and learning how enemies move and yeah, it's fun.
I mean, it's a good roguelike for sure. Maybe I should go back to it at some point. But nowadays, whenever I think of roguelikes, I'm like, I just want a turn-based one now.
Yeah.
Like I like there's still more Isaac that I could play, but I'm like I just don't want to like. I actually do not want to have to be like playing a real-time one right now.
Do you have any roguelikes on your Switch?
Gungeon.
Do you
That's
think
about
that you would have a different experience with Dead Cells if you had it portable and handheld?
Perhaps, yeah, actually.
'Cause
'Cause
I'm loving the shit out of it, and I don't think that I would play it half as much. To be honest, I don't think I'd play it at all if it was on PC. Like
Yeah.
if I had it on Steam, I wouldn't be into it.
same with Gungeon. That's why I picked it up again on Switch. So I was like, hey, this is like those type of games are good for Switch. Like
Yeah.
if they ever release Slay the Spire for Switch, I think I'll probably pick it up again. That's another one that would be good. Portable.
It's a funny little system, eh? I find the more time that goes on, the more I appreciate it. It's not, I mean, it's not a killer yet, just because software is good.
Yeah.
but it's still not. It's still not exactly it yet,
Right.
and I can't even really articulate why not. But just not. I mean, it's getting there though for real
I
because
think
it seems
I
like every
yeah.
single game ever releases coming out on it. So
I want them to start doing like customize your whatever your theme or whatever.
yeah, give me options. I don't want a giant line of them.
Mm-mm.
Like, let me do a grid and let me put them into folders and shit. I hate it.
Um,
There's rumor that we're getting one on Christmas, eh?
no way, really?
That's what I'm hearing.
Ooh,
You
all
heard it
right.
here
Well,
first on the Link Cable
damn.
podcast.
I
If
never expected that.
there's an OS update for Switch that includes themes that drops on Christmas, this is insider information for you.
Does it require a subscription though?
That's right.
You think it
So
does?
what, the theme stuff?
Yeah,
No way. No way.
I don't think so, eh?
I meant for Link Cable. If it drops on the 25th, you can find the PayPal address to donate money at somewhere.
No, I meant like to access the themes. You think they'll
I
require
don't.
online?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I have something fun that we can do just for the end of this if we're getting close to the end. Um, I've been getting a lot of free games through my Twitch account, eh?
Oh
Like
yeah, I
a
have
shit
too.
ton.
Yeah, I've been getting a bunch too.
Do you know how many I have? Like probably 40.
But don't you have to? Get them? Don't you have to like claim them each month?
Yeah, you claim them.
You mean through
Because
Prime?
I watch Twitch and I see it up there and I just click and oh, okay, claim, right? So that's why I got all these. I want to go through these and you tell me which ones I should think about.
Oh, I thought you were saying which ones should I like? You wanted to like give them away or something?
No, I can't give them away. They're like
Yeah, you
permanently.
claim them already.
So Observer, you know this game.
No,
All right. Something called Memories of Old. I don't know what that is. Antihero, do you know what that is?
no.
Baseball Stars 2.
Hmm. Is Baseball Stars the one that I played for? No, I don't know what it is.
Battle Chef Brigade.
So everybody in the world loves it except for me. I think it's garbage.
Keenan talked about it, right?
Yeah, but like everybody loves it, so
Mhm.
I think something's wrong with me.
Maybe something wrong with you. Broforce.
It's pretty fun.
Broken Age.
I don't know.
That's that RPG. Clone point and click from Bros or whatever. Brutal Legend.
Pass.
Cluster Truck. You don't know.
Oh
what
yeah,
that
I
is.
know Broken Age. Cluster Truck, I know. That's the one with where you jump
You
on the
jump
trucks, right?
trucks, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it's fun.
All right. Something called Crossing Souls. Don't know
I mean,
what that is.
fun for like 15 minutes. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Got that Matilda game, Cursed Castilla. It's like a
Yeah, I know which
Ghouls
one.
and Ghosts.
I haven't played it, but it looks cool.
Darksiders War Master Edition.
Pass.
Death Squared.
I know what game it is, but I haven't played it.
Deponia Doomsday.
I played the first Eponia, and it was pretty fun.
Mhm.
It's not bad. It reminds me of like King's Quest kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. There's Devil May Cry HD collection. I got something called Dub Wars. I don't know what that is. Fatal Fury Special. I'm not really.
I'm not
Something
into it.
called Framed Collection. Don't know what that is.
No, Framed, that's the one that has you slide the comic panels around to make the story.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty popular a couple years ago on mobile.
All right,
I would say that's worth a go.
Okay. Gone Home.
No.
That game Goner that I picked up that I bounced off because it was a
Goner.
weird.
What's with
Platformer.
bounced off?
I don't know. It's like a
that's a
weird
new one?
roguelike. But yeah, no, I guess it's gonna be the new one. Bounced off. Guild of Dungeoneering. I don't know. I know you like Gunpoint.
Gunpoint's awesome. Like
So-
really awesome. Put that to the top of the list. I loved it. I know Kinnan really loved it too.
Yeah. Okay. Hacknet. We talked about that.
Mhm.
Headlanders on here. Did you see that thing? Like Metroidvania, where you're a floating head. You can attach different bodies. It looked okay.
sounds
Something called High Hell, which I think is some kind of like indie first-person shooter. Hotline Miami 1 and 2 are on here. I remember getting halfway through 2 and being bored with it.
I didn't like the second one, but I love the first one.
First one, yeah, me too. Something called Hue. Did you talk about this?
Yeah, I don't think I liked it.
Something called I Hope. Don't know what that is. Jotun, you played a bit of that, right? That Jojen game?
I didn't like it so much. I just opened my Twitch thing and like I'm reading. Is your next one Manuel Samuel?
No, something called Ken Follett's The Pillars of the Earth.
I think because I was looking at it. It was Hotline. It was Hacknet, High Hell, Hotline Miami, Hugh, I Hope. Like it was bang on, like the same thing you were saying.
You're picking up these. Manuel Samuel supposedly not very good. Kingsway is the one that you're missing. That's this weird, like it's like an RPG, but if someone made Windows 3.1, like the old Windows where all your RPG windows are like, it uses like desktop mechanics, like as if you're using a desktop computer.
Is that fun?
I don't know. It seems like I've watched people play it. Looks like it's actually more annoying, but people like it.
Is that game that you said, The Messenger? Is that the one you were talking about?
That's the one on Switch that I hate music for.
Shit on Twitch right here.
I know.
That's weird.
It's already out there. It's weird, eh? Tells you how good it is, doesn't it?
Okay.
A lot of people like Messenger, but I wasn't really.
What else we got? Well, Hugh was kind of interesting. Not great, but it was interesting.
Metal Slug 2 and 3.
Got them both. You don't have Manuel Samuel?
I do.
Oh, shit.
I got Mr. Shifty. That's sort of like a Hotline Miami like clone almost, okay. Supposedly. Not bad. Next up here, I don't know what that is. Overcooked. Overcooked is something you played, right?
Everybody seems to love it, but I don't know.
What is it again?
You run around and you cook shit. It's like cooperative cooking thing.
It's not. Why am I getting confused with the other one you were excited about?
Delicious?
No. Overcooked 2, wasn't that the one that came out that you guys were pumped about?
No, I wasn't pumped about it.
Okay.
I think Keenan really likes it too. It's the one where you gotta, I don't know, you run around the kitchen picking shit up.
There's 4 people can play, right?
Yeah. And with 4 people, maybe it's fun. I tried to play it with Fanny and I wanted to kill myself.
Got Oxenfree, which
I'm kind of the same.
Like a point and click, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
We got Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition. I think Pillars of Eternity 2 is supposed to be much better than the first one.
I didn't realize I had so many games on here. There's some stuff here I wanted to play.
Psychonauts, you played that, right?
I like it.
You didn't like it?
I remember everybody loved it in like 2001.
Mm-hmm. We got, I don't know what that Polestar is. We got Cube 2. Didn't you play one of the Cube games? QUBE?
Yeah, it's not great.
SteamWorld Dig 2's on there.
I only got SteamWorld. I only got the first one. I wish I had the second one.
Oh, you didn't pick it up. Shoot. That sucks. Super Hot's on there. Tacoma is what I actually installed. I'm thinking of playing that.
I don't know what it is.
It's like this weird, you're on a space station, everyone's dead, and you're trying to piece together what happened. Like
Obra Dinn in space.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. So I'm thinking it might be, and if it is, I'm in for a treat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Banner Saga games that I've never touched, but apparently they're quite popular. Like that Viking sort of mythology type. And apparently, all those games are consecutive. So if you're really into Vikings, check out the Banner Saga.
It's very like story heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So if you're really into Viking, you know what's at the bottom of my list? Wizardry 6 through 8.
I know. I just saw that on mine too. I don't know why.
Yeah. I actually looked into this yesterday or the day before, just thinking like, what would we be like to try and go back and play them? It looks pretty rough. At least Wizardry 6 looks like the graphics are even like really old school. And apparently they all link to one another, or at least 6 and 7. Like literally you use your save file from 6 to go into 7, like your characters and stuff, which not a lot of games do that kind of thing anymore. Like didn't that space RPG series do that everyone loved at one point, like 4 or 5 years ago? What the hell was that called? Mass Effect? Did they do that?
I don't know.
Where you finish the game and then you use your save file? Anyway, there's a bunch of other stuff on here.
Anyway.
Yeah, we won't talk about the rest of this. But yeah, it's still pretty good getting all these free games.
Yeah. Free games, but you're also paying for Amazon Prime.
That's true. But if you use it, right?
Yeah. I have 2 other things that I wrote down. Do you have anything that you like write notes in for here's what we could talk about on the show?
No, only while you were talking.
You write stuff down?
Yes, so I don't forget to mention it.
If something comes up during the week, I'll just quick jot it down and then decide later
what I
want
to do that.
I have two things that I have written in here, just because we're hurting for things to say.
Well, how long? We've been talking for a little while, but
Yeah, we've been doing okay. I'm enjoying this though, man. I'm feeling it.
yeah.
I wrote down. I'll read it word for word. Okay. One of them says line snow.
Do you understand what that means?
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with video games. If you open up Line, the chat thing Line.
Oh,
do you notice that they have snow in the background now?
Literally made a mental note of this earlier. Yes.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That kind of counts as video games, right?
Yeah.
Does it?
I just opened Line and saw a message that distracted me. Anyway, we won't talk about that.
It was a picture of a dick. The other one I wanted to say is that I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and we were talking about kids. So Friday, the day before Christmas, a lot of non-work is going on for other classes. I make them all work right to the. Do you know that I had the very last period of yesterday, of Friday?
Yeah,
I had grade 8s working on science.
Nice.
I don't give a shit. Come to school, do work.
That's right.
But a long story short, it's not worth talking about. But my point is, the second thing I wrote down was playing together online versus same room. Same experience or different experience?
Wow.
Wildly different.
It's what do you mean? They're not even the same. It's like it's completely apples and oranges, to be honest.
But don't you think that people equate them as being similar nowadays? Like I feel like it's just as fun or more fun for everybody to, and I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm saying this is kind of the general idea, is that playing online, kids playing Fortnite with each other, or I don't know what else do kids play, Call of Duty.
They only play Fortnite. That's all they. That's it.
That's more fun, and that's how you play video games.
Right. Yeah, I don't think kids nowadays have a concept of playing games in the same room really anymore.
I could not give a shit about playing online with other people. And I mean, of course there's exceptions. Of course Monster Hunter is an exception. Of course Destiny's an exception. Sure. But at the same time, given the option, I would still rather play in the same room. It's just impossible now, right?
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about Smash Brothers a lot this week.
Well, here's an example. We played Go Vacation.
Yeah, man, and how much fun was it?
Garbage game.
And it was so fun.
Really fun.
And I think that's just it. It doesn't matter, because it's completely different. It's a different mindset. It's a different vibe. Like, so good. And so I've been thinking about it a lot playing Smash Brothers this week, is that I'm enjoying playing it single player quite a bit. I put a lot of hours into it, like way more than I ever expected to. And I've been having even more fun playing with like a 7-year-old and like someone who doesn't play video games at all.
Right.
And we've been just having so much fun and laughing and like really, really enjoying the time together. Because I think that's it. It's time together,
Great purchase then, right? Fantastic.
Yeah.
You never regret that.
Nope.
Sounds like you're getting similar things out of it. Like we used to play Smash.
Oh, dude. But I think that's a lot of what is kind of making me feel happy to do this, is like, I was actually talking to, that's where that story about school was going, is that I was talking to like a teaching partner, and we were talking about Smash Brothers, and I said about how I'd picked up the new one. And he was like, "Oh man, we used to play the game so much." I was like, "Dude, you don't understand. Like probably an average of 2 hours a day for like 3 years in university. Yeah. Like we play that game into the ground." Yeah. And it's all good memories. Like all of it's fun. Like I remember, do you remember the Snorlax thing? I remember Matt, like I think it was Benoit started I forgot Snorlax was that big, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I remember him saying that all the time. Yep.
There was so many like little things that came out of that. They're just so funny. Do you remember what stage we played on nonstop?
Corneria.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was perfect.
To the point where I recreated Corneria on the game that didn't have it. Yeah.
That's so fun. Yeah, it's good. It's super fun.
when I come over, we're gonna be playing that a lot.
Yeah, I'm down. And that's part of what I was thinking. Like it sucks. Like life is good, things are awesome. Like there are other things to fulfill the to fulfill life.
Yeah.
But one thing that's absolutely missing is like that daily camaraderie.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, we play some of that.
Yeah.
Um,
That will be a priority, definitely. So I'm gonna try and make it down.
sure.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Um,
And I still got to get you Astrobot. It sucks because it's been sitting here for
oh yeah, no. We'll
this
sort
time,
that out.
well, since Black Friday.
Right. Right.
You get there and you play it once, and then you're gonna vote for it every single time.
Yeah, it's probably won't make it this year, but that's too bad, actually. Yeah.
What, you'll play it this year? How will you not?
Well, we'll see.
I'm not gonna see you at all before this. Well, because when are we gonna we're gonna record Hundo? What day? Are we gonna try to do the first?
I'm not sure yet.
We'll see.
Yeah, there's stuff. Oh,
But it'll likely be after that
so
anyway.
much stuff happening.
We'll
I
figure it
hate
out.
it.
We'll figure it out.
I want nothing. I want to do nothing for holidays, but that never happens.
Can I tell you that's my 2 weeks right now?
Yeah.
So good. Anything that I'm doing is stuff I want to do.
I'm so lucky.
The only thing, look at there was one thing I was dreading.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should talk about this just in case. Let's just say there was one thing I was dreading, and that part is over.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like the whole next 2 weeks is just me doing things I want to do, me
Jeez.
doing things that make me happy. I'm so into it.
Yeah, I need that. Need it.
The only thing that I can't do is hang out with you.
I know. Well, no, I'll maybe so next weekend probably will be I'll be able to find a day in there.
Yeah, and if it's not gonna work, I'm more than happy to drive up there. Just
Mm-hmm.
you
I'll let you
give
know.
the word.
We also have to catch up on a few other things too, but anyway,
Sure.
we'll talk about that.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. We'll talk to you in about a week's time for episode Hundo.
Very excited.
Please join us. Please get ready, get excited.
Get your lists together.
It's gonna be a good one.
See if your lists match up with our lists. See if you can guess the. Well, they won't have access
there's
to the.
No way.
They won't have access to the 32 though.
Yeah.
The listeners.
Yeah.
But
there's no way anybody would be able to guess what comes out of this thing.
no, it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be good.
All right. Well, enjoy the holidays. Happy Christmas to everyone. Mm-hmm. Happy New Year. If we record after the year jump.
Happy other holidays. Happy Chinese. Well, that's not yet, right?
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Happy everything. Putting out good vibes to the
Kwanzaa's
world.
around now, right? Is it the same?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
All right, man.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Okay. See you.